Not all makes are successful. Hi, my name is Agatha. Welcome in Agatha's Cottage. It's time for my weekly catch up. Before I will get to what I have been sewing, I just wanted to say thank you for all the lovely comments, all the messages, all the love I got after my last catch up video. You guys are amazing. You made me cry last week and you made me feel valued and needed and loved beyond anything I could expect. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I go back to the comments and I read them. You guys are just amazing. So thank you again. Now before I will start crying again, let's get to my makes. So I have two makes to share. One I actually don't have it physically because it has been gifted. So I'll pop the picture here or here. I never know which side will have more space. So I'll pop picture somewhere on one side of my head of a PJ I made for my friend's 4-year-old son. So he's turning 4 and he is absolutely obsessed with anything relating to police. If I remember correctly, Alice was at the similar stage, although it was, I think, around age of 6. She told us, Chris and me once, that one day she will be the boss of the old Gardaí, and Garda, it's Irish police force. And when we asked her how she's planning to do it and what she thinks it will be her job, she told me, "Oh, I will be sitting in the chair and picking up the phones and telling people what to do." It was just hilarious. Anyway, going back to the PJ. So I used fabric from Ecobi Fabrics. My heart is breaking every time when I think that LV is closing and soon enough I won't have access to her unusual fabulous prints. So I use cotton jersey I got from her. If you watch my fabric haul that I posted last Wednesday, you would see that fabric. So I got two fabrics with the police uh, team. I used one, the other one is waiting. I just wanted to make sure that I got the fit right. I did follow the size that the mom of the boy advised me. However, you know how it is with kids and you know how it is with the patterns. So I wasn't entirely sure and I didn't want to make two in case it's too tight, it's way too big, or you know. From the look, I think it should be okay, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So he loved it. He loved the police station we gave him, and him and Alice had fabulous time building it together. Um, it was nice to see my own child still play with toys, because you know she's 13 now. She normally doesn't play with normal toys anymore, and it was just so cute to watch it. As I mentioned, I made that PJ. I used two patterns from Ottobre magazine. Uh, it was number 4 by 2022, so from a few years ago, but so far I know it's still available. You can still get that issue of the magazine. I did size 110 as per mom's suggestion, and the only thing that I did change, I added cuffs to the top and I made the cuff for the trousers just by 1 centimeter longer, just in case. You never know. As usually, I finished the neckline with bias binding specky seamstress. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything that would be police theme, but I found something that would go with the colors, so I used the planets bias binding and the planets label. I did use the label at the front bottom because I know that the boy has very sensitive skin. Therefore, I didn't want to have anything at the back of his neck that could irritate it. And I know it on my own example because even the labels that I put in at the back of my neck, basically within days of putting them on, I actually removed them because I just can't have anything rubbing there. So I'm going for more visible labels now. And the second make is Total Flop. You all know those sewing tutorials where there's no one is talking. They're just, there's the music and someone's showing you things on a speed. Usually there's usually information on the screen about the sizes, etc., etc. So I found one of those tutorials and I absolutely loved the look of the pencil case. So I did the pencil case. uh, it took me 4 days to do the pencil case. Four. Like, in fairness, I didn't have much time. I was like half an hour here, half an hour there. So overall, probably it was around 3 hours to do it. And it's a flop because first, the zipper. I didn't have size 40 centimeter zip as suggested in the video, and thanks God, because it wouldn't fit. So I tried to first pin the whole thingy before cutting the zipper off, because when I looked how everything looked like when I just pin where it's supposed to finish, there was no way I would be able to squeeze everything in. Actually, I needed 45 centimeter zip for the outside. For the inside, I did 30 centimeter zip as they suggested. However, I couldn't use 3/8 of an inch seam allowance on either side. I had to use basically scant quarter of an inch seam allowance, and that was barely. And I had to um, kind of squish everything in just to make sure everything fits. Um, I wasn't happy how the zipper turned out. So the middle zipper looks fine. The outside zipper looks total crap. Like, in fairness, the construct, like the idea is brilliant. So you have inside with the spot for the pens, then you have another side, sorry, with the pockets, and then you have a middle side for additional things. And in general, idea is brilliant. However, uh, I wasn't fully happy with the how the construction was done, how certain things were done. Therefore, I'm going to redo it because it bothers me. It bothers my mind that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. The inside got very bulky. I haven't done the bias binding on the inside. I don't know if I will. I might just use it as a, you know, pencil case for me, for my sewing stuff. But it does bother me that it did not work out. I hate when things do not work out the way they're supposed to. And on this tutorial, everything looks grand, everything looks easy, everything looks, just easy breezy, just seam here, seam there, you will be grand. I was so frustrated. And it is possible I missed something. I'm not saying I didn't. However, I will take the idea and work on it to make something that Alice actually can use for school, and that will work better. Um, she picked the fabrics, and I still have enough of both fabrics to use for basically similar pencil case, and I still have, I think, both labels. So she picked this label from um, Cozy Handmade Club, and it says Eat, Sleep, Repeat. And Alice said, "Mommy, that label summarizes me perfectly." Although she said it should say Eat, Read, Sleep, Repeat. But um, it's good enough. And the other one is one of the patches, mini patches from Specky Seamstress, that says it's uh, it's what's on the inside that counts. So I will try to redo it because I'm very frustrated with it. It's not as neat as I wanted it to be. I know now where to do the changes and how to do the changes. I think the partial problem for me was I have normal zipper foot. I didn't have this canned zipper food they had on the video, and I think that was partially the problem with adding the zipper. And yeah, so I as I said, I need to work on that, but I will be working on it not this week, the following week. So that's all the makes I made, because as I mentioned, it was crazy week. um when I was leaving you, I did mention that we were taking car for the service. Turned out car needed new brakes and desperately needed new brakes, so we had to sort that out, which meant driving back and forward to mechanic and organizing the lifts, etc., etc. uh, and one of my plans relates to organizing the lifts. Plus, I had to reschedule some of my tests because car was at the mechanic. Therefore, some of them are moved to this week, some to the following. It will impact my sewing time, unfortunately. However, I did found the way that I have been using for years, to make a little bit more time for myself. I did gigantic meal prep yesterday. I'm sorted for dinners for next 2 weeks, and for lunches and for breakfast. The only thing I need to do is quick side or take something from the freezer and reheat, and I absolutely love doing that. I have even sorted out some sweets for croissants, like muffins and apple pie and things like that. Oh, and flapjacks for me. I love my flapjacks. Anyway, so my plans for this week. I actually have few plans. First, I want to make a Linda purse for my sister-in-law, slightly hacked Linda purse, as a big thank you for dropping me to mechanic, picking me off, and basically being just the kindest person ever. So I just want to do something for her, and I have a T-shirt that I'm planning to make for her in the fabric I got a few months ago. So that's my plan for this week. We'll see if I will get the chance to do both of them. The second plan that hopefully I will have a chance to work on are some dresses for Project Dress a Girl. However, I cannot share them with you even if I finish them, because they are for my video that will be featured in the vlogger tour for Project Dress a Girl. I'm attempting to test few pattern patterns from various pattern companies, indies and big five, to see how the fit is, etc. I will be making straight size 14 on all of them, and Alice will be modeling them. So I need to have them done as soon as possible so I can record the video. So I won't be sharing the patterns with you until September, but I'm very excited about all the patterns, all the dresses, and everything. I'm not sure how much of the sewing time I will have, because Alice is on like a day camp this week for 3 days. They will be doing archery, airsoft, some other outdoorsy fun things for teenagers. And it is around 35 minutes drive from us. So I will need to do that drive there and back, and then do stuff at home and drive there and pick her up. So it will be around 3 hours a day in the car, which I'm not used to, but I will survive. I will potentially be making something else because I'm attending Sewing Social on Saturday at So in Nace. However, I haven't decided yet what I want to sew, and I have few projects that I'm considering doing for the charity soon. There will be a charity auction or like a sale in end of month for humanitarian efforts in Gaza, and I was asked to prepare some small items like scrunchies, etc., etc., for the auction or for the sale. So I'm planning to make some of those, and I might be making those during the Sewing Social because it's quick things, and I can whip them out without thinking, or I might take something more advanced in case if I need any suggestions or any help. We will see. Oh, what I bought. Actually, I haven't bought any new patterns, any new fabrics. nothing in last few days. As I mentioned, we needed to replace the brakes, so I will be taking it easy. Although there are 3 or 4 patterns I'm eyeing in new look sale, and I'm planning to pick them up at So. I'm very excited about all those patterns because I don't have anything similar in my stash so far I know, and I do like New Look's block. It fits me relatively well, and I don't need to do that many changes. Now, life update. Thank you to everyone who was asking about Reaper. He is slowly recuperating. His recovery is not as fast as we wished, nor as the vet would wish. We will do 2 step forward, 1 step back, then uh, 1 step forward, 2 step back, and it's just ongoing. However, he is hanging in there. He's still playing a little bit. He is cuddly like there's no tomorrow. His appetite is amazing. So there's light in a tunnel. It just requires a fair bit of work on our behalf. Unfortunately, he is not, I would say, grateful or patient. He hates every time when I need to put the eye drops or I need to clean his paw. And he is giving out to me like there is no tomorrow. But I explained it to myself. He's a man. So what I would expect from any man. And that makes me feel a tiny bit better. Oh, I almost forgot what I'm wearing. So this is my home dress, call it like that. It's one of the self-drafting, I would say, I wouldn't call it misadventure. It wasn't exactly what I envisioned, but I love wearing this dress at home. I made it, I think it would be 3 years ago. Um, and this lovely cotton jersey from Ecobee. I think that was one of the first fabrics I got from Ecobee, and I absolutely love wearing it when it's hot. It has drop shoulder, it has a V at the front, and it has a seam at the front because originally I was planning to use V at the back. However, because the back, as you can see, is relatively high, I hate I hate having the close neck close to my throat, so I just turn it around and I wear V at the front. I like wearing it around the house when it's hot, when it's steamy and like not steamy, stuffy. That's the word I was looking for. It's stuffy, and we are expecting the big storm to hit Ireland. Therefore, it's very humid and very stuffy outside, and you can feel in the air that there is something brewing. So this dress is perfect for it. I think that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching. I wonder, do you ever follow those tutorials without the words? What do you think about them? Did you had any success? I'm curious. Don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing. Bye.